Hey guys, welcome to this session. Have you ever thought how people manage their work when there are multiple team members involved in development? How they track their source code changes over time and how they manage their source code change history? In old days, when there was no version control system, they might need to shout loudly in team to let other people know that okay, I am doing some changes in source code so that they all team members can uh, get the updated code. But how scary it is, and when the team grows it will be more painful. But now in this era, almost all the organizations are using version control system to manage their project and manage their source code changes over time. In this tutorial i'm going to I'm going to explain you about Git version control system. I will share some industrial best practices to work with Git. So let's get started. So before jumping to Git, let's understand what is version control system. So version control system is the way to manage changes on particular project over time. We can, by using version control system, we can manage the history. We can manage what change is done and who made the changes on the particular project. Suppose, take an example, I have a Java project and multiple team members are working on it. So by using version control system, I can manage the versioning of change over time. If what developer one did some changes, they can automatically be get all the other team members will automatically get updated by the same changes. So this is the benefit of version control system. We don't need to shout loudly in public to let other team members know. It automatically get managed by version control. There are two types of version control available in market. So first is centralized version control system. This type of version control systems came in market initial days. The example of centralized version control system is SVN. So what is the idea of centralized version control system is there is a central server where we put our source code and all the team members need to connect to that server to get the updated code, and when they have the changes on their machine they will modify it and they will again push their changes to the central server. So if computer A is pulling the changes, updated changes on server A, they can do some hotfix, they can do some feature enhancement, and they can again move their changes to the center server. So central server is accessible by all the team members. So they will have all the team members will have the updated code. But there was some disadvantage of subversion control, centralized version control system. And the disadvantage is the server is the single server. It's only one server that is accessed by all the team member. It might possible the server will get down or the server might get corrupted. In that case, all the histories, all the versioning may get lost. So to avoid such thing to happen, uh, in in after this central version control system, there is a new version control system came in market. It's called distributed version control system. And Git is a type of this distributed version control system. So in distributed version control system, there is a server, there is a centralized server, and this centralized server, all the team members will get connected to. But when they pull the source code to their machine, they will not only pull the latest code, they will pull the entire repository to their local machine. Entire repository means they will put all the version to their local machine, and they will do some modification, and they will push their changes to again on the central server. But in this case now, if central server uh, central server goes down, or if central server got corrupted, we still have entire history, entire repository on local developers machines, and whoever be our favorite developer, we can use his machine and refresh our central repository. So this is the benefit of distributed version control system. We don't need to lose our data. And Git is a type of that version control system. So so this is what Git is. And now I am going to explain you how the workflow will be. Means I am going to do some hands-on on Git. It will be more helpful for you to understand it. So what in hands-on, what we will do, we will have a main repository which will has master and development branch. We will create it in on GitHub account, and then we will clone it to the local repository, and we will create some modification in that repository. We will do some bug fix, hot fix, and then we will merge. We will send a merge request to the main repository. The merge request is the same thing, like we are pushing the new changes to the main repository. So this is all we will do in hands-on. So these are the process, these are the steps we will follow while doing the hands-on. We will install Git. I'm not going to install I'm not going to show you how to install Git. These are the links that you can follow. It's very easy steps, you can install it. I will put those links in the description. The next thing, after Git install, we will create a repository on GitHub account, and then we will push one project to this repository, the new created repository, and then we set some approval rule on the repository that no one can directly uh, directly merge to master branch. There might be one approval required. So it is like a reviewing process. Then after that, we will create a separate branch for new features, and then contribute our changes. So this is basically a developer will do his contribution to the project. Then developer will send a pull request to the master branch for review and the merge, and then we will merge the code to the master branch. So these are all steps we will do in hands-on. So yeah, so let's get started with hands-on. So first thing, I will show you GitHub account. So this is a GitHub account I have, and I have an organization here, and this organization has teams. So if you go to teams, I have a development team, and in development team I have 3 members. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a repository in this organization, and so that all the team members will have access to that repository. So this is GitHub organization account. So let's let me go to the organization. These are the repository. I will create new repository. I will name it as Git demo. This is a public repository. let's create. So this is the repository. So it's got created. There is nothing in the repository yet. So let me push changes to this repository.